Welcome back, thanks for joining me for another beer review. Right, what have we got coming up? Well, we are heading off to County Durham now, and it's from S43 Brewery. And this could be a right old interesting beer. This is a can of their big Battenberg, Imperial Battenberg Pastry Sour, and it's coming in at 8.1% ABV. There's the artwork. Yeah, it's made to look like a big old Battenberg cake. Now, I got this in a pack of 8 beers. Should have been 42 quid for the 8 beers. It was reduced to 35. But I think if you actually buy this one individually, you are talking about £6 or £7 for this beer. It's a 440ml can. I know all their beers are supposed to be, obviously I've had a couple of them, but I know they are well respected, and I think most people think all their beers are absolutely fantastic. They don't have a core range, so everything is constantly sort of changing, which probably would explain some of their prices on their beers. But it is what it is. I've bought them, so let's dive in, give it a go. S43 glass at the ready. So let's see what we get with this thing. This is going to be interesting, isn't it? An Imperial Battenberg Pastry Sour. I mean, I was expecting it for some reason. It's got a reddish hue to it, I guess, orange reddish hue to it. But I was expecting a pink beer for some reason. I was expecting a real pink sort of beer. There was a little bit left in the can. But, there we go. Beer in a glass. Yes, it's kind of murky. It sort of has... dishwater would be harsh because it's got that sort of orangey look. It's got maybe a little funny kind of pinky tinge in it. We've got a finger of white, really compact head on top. Hazy as you like, as you can see. I can't see any carbonation going up. But it looks an odd one. It looks an odd one. So what we'll do is give her a spin. Let's give her a spin. Dive in on the nose and not dive in with the nose, hopefully. And see what we get on the nose. Or on the aroma, let's say. Okay, it's definitely a sour tartness on the nose there. You do get that feel. Now this is going to sound really odd. You get that feel of a cakey beer. And it almost it's got that cakey sort of sweetness in there maybe. And it actually smells dense and heavy. Now that's going to sound really weird. And it smells like Battenberg. It really does. It smells like Battenberg with a tartness. I'm guessing it's going to have sort of like a bit of a... There's definitely sort of like a strawberry aroma in there as well. So, without further ado, let's get the rest of this in here. And see what the hell this is going to be like. This is going to be interesting. Cheers, everyone. Dear me. Ew. Ew, that initial tartness. I mean, I'm not a big fan of... I'm not someone that goes mad on sour, so the sourness in a beer will get to me quite easy. Let's go in again. That little bit of head on the beer, I don't know if it is that or whether it's the actual drink. This feels cake-like. This really does. It's got the body of, you imagine, all I can say is imagine crumbling a cake into really small pieces and putting it into a liquid, and it would feel, you can just imagine what it would feel like. It would feel sort of dense. It would feel thick. It would feel heavy. This is what this beer feels like in the mouth. It's got gentle carbonation in there. Let's go in again. Yeah, now that head's sort of gone down. It's a weird one. This is a weird one. Now the head's gone down, the body doesn't feel so heavy. I think maybe the carbonation is adding to the body of the beer. It's a nice mouthfeel. It is a nice mouthfeel. It feels, the mouthfeel kind of feels quite light, but isn't, if that makes any sense as well. Taste wise, it's a weird one, this. Full on tartness. Full on tartness, full on sour. That's the first thing that hits you. Excuse me. 8.1%. You certainly don't get 8.1%, but you do get that little inkling of booziness in this. It is there. Excuse me. I think a bit of Battenberg's just come up. Oh, excuse me again. Yeah, taste-wise, to start off with, you sort of get that pastry feel about it. Oh, God, Jesus. You do get that pastry feel about it. But afterwards, it's just a big sour sort of taste. That cakey sort of, what you get on the nose, where you sort of get that strawberry thing and that cakiness, that does wear off quite quick, and then what you're left with is a sour beer. Saying that, once that beer's gone down and it's settled, it leaves you with a pastry cakey feel in the back of your mouth. Slightly sweet as well. And actually, the longer you leave it, I mean, there's 7 minutes now, so I've been drinking this beer for probably 5. The longer you leave it, this beer, the more you feel that cakey sort of taste, and even maybe you're picking that strawberry up a little bit more, sort of with the like the, you know, the vanilla stroke strawberry sort of style cake that it is. You sort of pick that up. It's interesting. It's a very odd one, and it's actually, I would say, it's actually one that you want to drink. You have a mouthful, and then you're better off leaving it for a couple of minutes, because all them flavours are coming through and developing afterwards. Yeah, and you really get that cakiness there. Although you're getting it, it's sort of coming through tart and sour. The cakiness is there, but it's overpowered by the sourness. But the longer you leave it, the more you get that cakey feel in the mouth. It's an absolute mind bender. It plays with your head. Is it one everyone's going to enjoy? Of course it isn't, because, I mean, sour for a start is a sort of beer that isn't going to, you know, appeal to everyone anyway. This is a sour, for me, that you do need to actually sit down and let it develop as you drink it. It's almost like an imperial stout. It develops more the more you drink it, and this is no different, to be honest. It's a bonkers one. It is a bonkers one. Could you drink more than one? I don't know. Maybe you could, but it's odd. That's all I can say. That's all I'm going to say, really, to be honest, because I'm kind of going round in circles and nowhere. So, yeah, for me, S43's Big Battenberg Imperial Battenberg Pastry Sour, coming in at 8.1%, is a mind bender. It's an interesting beer. It's a freaky beer. Is it a beer you need to try? Well, if you like a sour, I think it is one of them that you need to try, because it just fucks with your head, to be honest. Would I recommend trying it? Of course I would, if you like sours. They're my views on this beer. Feel free to comment if you've had this before. It's completely bonkers. thank you all for watching. I'm going to leave you in peace, and I will see you again soon on another beer review. Cheers.